Okay, so right as I hit pause, it popped up, code is correct. Just make sure that every time you create a rule that you end it with this semicolon so that it knows where to stop working, essentially. So if I delete this, you're going to see everything gets messed up because it's going 1,000 pixels background image, like it's confused because it doesn't know where to take a pause. So just make sure that you're checking your syntax. Generally, you'll kind of know. Sometimes it'll even turn red. It'll kind of try and warn you that something's wrong. And then that's that. So then the next, I only want to create one more rule real quick. So I have my header rule for my header tag. I want to add a repeat background tile. So for me to do that, I'm just going to make sure I'm outside of this one. I don't want to add it inside the header one. And I'm going to jump. And in this case, I'm just going to type body because body rules are sort of already going to go to this. I don't have to put the dot in front in this case. There are some cases like you have to do that and some cases where you don't. But I'm going to type body, put my curly Q brackets, it's going to close it, and I'm going to open it up just a little bit. Now, I want to create a background image, so when I start typing, you're going to see background image. I can double click that, and then I'm going to type the same thing here, so I can actually even copy and paste it, and it's going to go crazy for a second, but don't worry. All I now have to do is actually just change this name here to the correct name, which if I go to my files, I can see is BG tile. So don't be afraid to copy and paste code. So now when I type BG tile, bam, there it is. It automatically repeats. If you want your background image, like let's say you just want it on one side, you can actually change the repeat by going background, repeat, and you can see it right there. You can hit no repeat, so it only appears one time. You can also have it repeat X, so it'll only go across the top, or repeat Y, and it will only go down the side. So now it's actually infinitely down on one side. Just remember you close that if you don't want to do that. It will by default repeat itself, so you can just actually leave it like that. But essentially, that's it. This is all you need to do to be ready for next class, is just to create your file, add this much style code, so right there, that chunk there, and then add the div to your body area that has the banner in it. That's just your header object right there. You can see the code right there. So once you're done with that, hit save, and then I'm actually going to re-show you what I just showed you guys, and that's, let's not save that sample one. I want to show you, once you've actually created your HTML, you don't have to have Dreamweaver to look at it or add it. As long as you keep everything neatly together in this file, you should be able to double click your index file and it will actually open and show you everything that you've done. So you can see my title, Visit Japan, you can see my banner, you can see my repeatable background tile that extends into infinity, and that's essentially it. If you want to edit this from home, you can use Coda like I showed you, or also Sublime Text. Or on these computers, it seems to be that there's something called brackets, and you can probably download that at home as well. And if you open the file with brackets, you can edit the type here as well. So you can play with your code like this without needing Dreamweaver. And then anytime you make a change, so for example, if I did change that background tile to be banner, which we saw looked kind of crazy, but I just want to show the difference, and hit save, I can then preview it by double clicking it again. And you can see that is currently what we have. Doesn't look very good, but you are able to preview it and kind of take a look at the changes you make. So it's an extra step in that you can't see both of them at the same time. You actually will have to save it and kind of look at it. So BG tile, let me make sure I got that right. Hit save, and then once again, double click it, and there's our website. So this is all you need to achieve, is this much code. You can pretty much copy it verbatim and you'll be able to see this, but with your own images when you're ready. And that's the end of part 1.